Y yo busqué alguien que se parezca a ti. Yo busqué en cada esquina del país. Ven a ver que en el trayecto de...
Good morning. We have made it to Orlando, Florida. Now, full transparency, it is already Tuesday. The travel kind of took it out of us, especially traveling with this little guy.
Oh, dude.
He was actually an angel, but traveling with a kid makes you realize how much stuff you have to worry about as you're moving through the airport. All the gear, the bags he brought, trying to keep track of everything. And a matter of fact, unfortunately, we did lose an iPad. So a little bit of a bummer there, but luckily it was an older one, so we're not too heartbroken about it. But I was hoping I could train yesterday, but the plan was to have Monday as our kind of chill day anyways. So today, I'm hoping to get in a run or a swim, and possibly even both. But the big plan for today is we're actually going to be going to a zoo, showing Reef a bunch of little animals. So maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of that. And then once he goes down for his nap, I'll be able to get in and work out. Even though last week was already pretty chaotic, I'm still trying to give myself a little bit of grace this week because it's our actual vacation. Little man is so interested in what's going on here. Yeah, you think that's cool, huh? Is that pretty cool? As I was saying, yeah, I'm trying to have a little bit of grace. Just realize that it's vacation time and it's meant to be enjoyed, and you know, you're meant to get some relaxation while you're on vacation. So I'm trying to keep that in mind, even though part of my mind is telling me that I'm being lazy and that I need to be getting my workouts in, which is partly true, but I really want to make sure I enjoy this time with my family. Right, dude? Yeah. Man, he was honestly such an angel traveling on Sunday. Like, we were a little bit nervous about traveling with him because we've done some traveling with him when he was closer to newborn. He might have been like 2 months old, I think, and he did great then, but we were a little worried about how he would do this time around, and he's 16 months, almost 17 months. Aside from the fact that he was staying up a little bit later during the travel, we were still on the plane when he should have been asleep technically, but he honestly handled it really well. Proud of you, dude. I'm so proud of you. Boom. Anyways, I've got breakfast cooking up for the little man and me, as well as the wife. Then we're gonna go get ready for the zoo, I think. We just got back from the zoo. I packed my shoes, and now it's time to go for a run. Let's go.
I'm about 20 minutes into my run. My week of training technically supposed to look relatively similar to my previous weeks, just with a little bit more time added. However, since I'm technically on vacation, there's also like not a single hill in sight. And instead of doing some hill sprints today, I decided to go with a little bit of a, I guess, long threshold run. So I'm running with my heart rate elevated for a longer period of time, rather than just going for a full-on sprint and letting it come down. I'm running about with my heart rate elevated the entire time. That's not technically part of the plan. I'm trying to be somewhat adaptive here, just work with what I've got. It's very, very flat here, but still making the most of it. Now, obviously, I could still do my sprints on flat ground, but I just decided, you know what, why not try that threshold range. I was going for a longer run, even though it's not technically part of the plan. I just felt like it. Now, my coach may not be too happy about that, but I'll let him know. I'll keep him filled in. He's definitely helping me with making sure my workouts kind of fit around my schedule. So that's super helpful. And I'm very, very grateful for him. Depending on how this run goes and how the rest of the day looks, might even do a swim tonight. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm 31 minutes in, sitting at about 3.03 miles, and I'm not gonna lie, I got music happening everywhere here. Yeah, not gonna lie, the legs are feeling a little like lead. Definitely feeling it today. Even though I've had technically a couple rest days prior to this, some might say I'm being a little lazy. Yeah, I don't know. Legs are definitely feeling some fatigue today already, which is kind of aggravating a little bit. Feels like they're weak, like they just can't keep up with the workload. Even though I know they can, they just feel like they're already ready to kind of stop and slow down. But that's not what we're doing here. We're gonna keep going, gonna keep moving. Even though I'm almost done, I'm gonna try and wrap up to about 35 to 40 minutes and then call it. But man, boy, do they want to be done. Kind of like I was saying earlier, how I'm not 100% sticking to the plan today. Part of me is also just wanting to run for the sake of running and not just get too sucked into the training. I really want to be able to enjoy it. Since we're in Florida, what better time, you know? Really enjoy the scenery, just soak it all in. All right, just wrapped up the run. Did about 37 minutes of work. And it wasn't necessarily what was on the training plan, but like I was saying, you know, it's not too often you get to travel outside of your typical bubble, especially with a kid. Sometimes it gets difficult. So I really wanted to just get outside and enjoy my run. My body feels like there is so much more work to do, which I know there is, but regardless, I got some work in, so I'm stoked about it, especially considering the fact that we are on vacation. But now mama is sleeping, grandma and Peepaw have the baby, so I'm gonna go grab him. I don't know, maybe take a shower, but I think we have another little adventure planned for later today. You want to be part of the cleaning crew? Come on, dude.
It is currently Thursday. I am so tired today. I don't know what it is. I think it's a combination of a couple things. Number one, not getting enough sleep. While we have Reef here with us, we have a pack and play from the resort that we're staying at, and he has just not been taking to it for some reason. Usually he does pretty good with the pack and play when we're out and about traveling or at some friend's house while we're just hanging out. He can usually nap in a pack and play, but I think because we're in such a new place, when we try and set him in it, he just ends up crying. So what we'll do, oh, can I have that? Thank you. So what we've been doing is typically Paris has been laying down with him in one of the other beds while he falls asleep, and I'll try and get some work done, but it takes quite a while. He'll probably take 45 minutes to an hour to fall asleep, and then Paris will sneak out of the bed, and then that way, once I finish work, Paris and I can kind of hang out in our room. And then once we're done hanging out, we'll finish watching a show or something. We'll bring Reef into our bed and try and co-sleep with him. He was never much of a co-sleeper. He's kind of enjoying it now, but he'll just toss and turn pretty much all night. So neither of us get all that great of sleep. Both of us stayed up a little bit late last night. So Paris is sleeping right now. Reef is kind of playing around, eating some blueberries and raspberries right now. And I'm running on maybe 5 hours of sleep. So definitely very tired today. But yesterday was such a fun day for me. I kind of got to live out a little bit of my childhood. We went to Universal Studios, and growing up, I never really went to many theme parks or anything like that. But we ended up going to the Universal Studios. We got to experience all the different attractions and rides there. I think we hit pretty much every ride except for the ones in the Simpson World and maybe the Minion World, I think. But it was really cool. We went to a Diagon Alley, Harry Potter World, and yeah, just got to live out some of my childhood there. It was honestly so cool. Definitely a lot of weird smells, but it was so rad getting to see the dragon, Spitfire, getting to go on the ride there in Gringotts. I grew up watching Harry Potter and reading the books. Anyways, it was just such a fun experience getting to enjoy that with my wife while the grandparents watched Reef here. But now we're just hanging out here in the morning. Oh yeah, I really wanted to walk away with a souvenir from Harry Potter World, but nothing really caught my eye. But we ended up getting some treats there and got a little chocolate frog. This thing was huge, and I say was because I crushed the entire chocolate frog last night all by myself. And then it comes with like this little card thing. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of shifts a little bit. That was super fun. Loved going there with my wife and hanging out with her for the day. Hi, dude. And like I said, it's Thursday and I've only gotten in one workout. Kind of being lazy, but just really trying to enjoy the vacation. One thing I've been doing to try and stay hydrated while we're here in Florida, luckily it's not too hot. Just with the constant moving, running around, I wanted to make sure that I'm staying as hydrated as possible while we're here. So in one of the last videos, I mentioned that my wife and I are gonna be trying a new electrolyte. We ended up getting it in the mail. It's this instant hydration. And honestly, these have been working really well for me. So far, not a single headache, which is a major win because like I said, the elements, I used to love them, but they just give me a headache every single time now, so I can't go with those. But what's great about these instant hydration packs is apparently it's a higher quality sodium, so you're not putting as much junk in your body. And I say that the day after I crushed a whole one of these. If I can limit the amount of junk that I'm putting in my body by putting in good stuff, I'll take that. And what's also cool is it came with a vitamin D and K mix. So I've been taking these every day. I've also been forcing my wife to take these every day. This one actually came free, I think, in our hydration pack. Definitely a good incentive to take it. Super stoked with these instant hydration packs. We got orange. Love the flavor so far. But today, I think we're just gonna go enjoy the pool and get this guy in the water. He does not want to leave the water once he gets in. He is a little water monkey. What are you doing? You just slouching, man? Okay, you can slouch. So if the training is a little bit lacking this week, I am sorry, guys. I don't want to disappoint you, but I also want to be as authentic and transparent as possible when it comes to my training and balancing life. You know, being a dad, being a husband, also having work to balance. I'm trying to get in these training sessions as much as possible, but also try and enjoy vacation. So I'm not trying to beat myself up too much about it. But I also want to talk about some of the feedback I've been receiving on YouTube. Honestly, you guys have been just blowing me away. I have received so much support. The channel is growing a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I initially planned to just post these videos kind of for myself to look back on, and then maybe a couple people who might be interested in training. Stay seated. No no dancing. No dancing on the chairs. I don't want you to fall and bonk your head, dude. Guys, I'm just so grateful for the positive feedback that we're receiving on the channel. And I'm loving all the comments. I love interacting with you guys down in the comments. But if you're new here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. We are only getting started. Okay. It's Friday. I was hoping I could swim yesterday on Thursday, but we ended up going to the Disney Springs, like City Walk or whatever it is they have there, where they have a bunch of shops. It's kind of like before you actually enter into Disney World. But the wife and I took Reef there, and we ended up staying there a lot longer than anticipated, but it was a lot of fun regardless. Like I said, it is Friday, and I'm only one workout deep so far this week, and I need to quit slacking, so I'm gonna go check out the pool situation at the main clubhouse. Before we got here, I actually thought that they had a lap pool, but it turns out I don't think they actually do. I called in a few days ago checking in on the pool situation, and they ended up saying they just have like a smaller pool, which I'm hoping it's gonna be less crowded, and I think it's like a rectangle, so it might kind of work out as a lap pool. And I'll probably just do like a 30-minute free swim and kind of get in my reps there. Hopefully it works out. All right, I think I found where I need to be. Oh yeah, here we go. What's kind of cool about this pool is that it actually is like this rectangle lap style pool that goes outside, but the only downside to that is there's a lot of debris in here. So there's like bug wings, I don't know, little dust or wood particles. So, but you know what? We got a pool, so we're gonna make do. There's literally a duck right here. Hey, buddy. I'm just gonna take it super easy today because I don't feel like overdoing it, especially since we still have lots more adventures going on tonight as well as tomorrow, which is our last day. Nevertheless, still gonna get that work in. All right, let's go. This is weird because I'm not used to having to spot where I'm going in a pool because there's usually lines to follow, but
There's no lines here. And actually on my first round, I jammed my finger right into the wall. But it's actually perfect temperature at least. Let's see, I'm about 12 minutes in. I'm at 575 yards. I just set it to 25 yards on my watch for the full length. I don't think it's actually 25 yards. I mean, it might be, honestly. I don't know. It seems pretty close, but definitely not 25 meters. But so far, feeling pretty good today. Other than just a little bit of tightness in my lats, just really taking it slow and not overdo it. So definitely a little encouraging there. Yeah, I just feel good, and it feels good to be back in the water. Let's get back to it. More to do. Just wrapped up the swim, and I only got in maybe like 20 something minutes and a little over 1,000 yards. My watch clocked 1,000 yards, but I noticed at the beginning of my swim, it didn't capture the first couple laps. So just a little over 1,000 yards. But honestly, the swim felt great, even though I feel a little out of practice, because at least in my mind, swimming is a very diminishable skill. The less you do it, and the less you do it over time, the worse your skill at swimming gets. Well, we have made it back home from Florida, and let me tell you, the last probably 24 to 48 hours, things kind of went downhill. Paris ended up getting incredibly sick, getting nausea, headaches, and even vomiting. So, needless to say, the vlogging did not happen on the last day or day and a half of our trip. So, we have made it back home. And I obviously didn't get any more training sessions in. I wanted to prioritize helping my wife out, as well as getting everything ready, packing to get back home, and also taking care of Reef. So it's good to be home, and as great as the vacation was, I'm excited to be back, getting back into routine and dialing in my workouts. And also this next week, I really want to be focusing on dialing my nutrition in. And again, I apologize if this vlog was not what you were expecting with the lack of training, but I did what I could. And honestly, it was just nice to take a couple days to enjoy family time and get to explore a little bit of Orlando. So it was special nonetheless. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because next week we'll be getting back into the routine, hitting the workouts, and getting after it. Anyways, love you guys. Peace. See you in the next one.